Hey guys, it's Rose, and today we're diving into the Frost Mage in Blue Protocol Star Resonance. This is your classic long-range DPS class, wielding a Frost Staff to deliver massive AoE damage and lock down enemies with control effects. If you love seeing big numbers and freezing entire groups of enemies in place, Frost Mage might be your go-to. Difficulty-wise, it's not that bad, and I really truly believe anybody can master this class. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. First, let's talk about the Icicle Spec. Icicle focuses on Frost Lance as its special attack and makes it easier to generate Frost Crystals. Crystals are the core mechanic here. They let you instantly fire off your special attacks without waiting for your cast times. Now, let's look at the main skills. Meteor Storm, your quick nuke. Instant cast, great for when you're moving around. With 2 charges, you can double dip for burst damage. Crystal Veil, your setup skill. It gives you frost crystals over time and applies frost to enemies. Always keep at least 1 charge ready, and ideally hold 2 charges before using your ultimate for max damage. Blizzard, big AoE channel damage. Best when enemies are rooted, stunned, or otherwise locked down. Otherwise, you risk them walking right out of it. Permafrost, your self buff. Boosts attack speed and builds ice energy fast. Just don't pop it at max energy or you'll waste valuable resources. Next, here are some rotation tips for the Icicle Spec. First, you're going to want to use Crystal Veil early to start building up your crystals. Weave in Meteor Storm for mobile burst, then drop Blizzard when enemies are stuck in place. Always pair your ultimate with Crystal Veil's Ultra Cold Explosion for bonus damage. Think of Icicle as a spec for high burst windows and quick cast action. Now, let's look at the Frostbeam Spec. Frostbeam is all about charging up big icy blasts. You're going to be building up and stacking those frost crystals to make your special attacks hit harder and then burn them for ice energy when needed. The first main skill in Frostbeam is Frozen Gale, your big cone attack. You can charge it up for more damage, but if you have enough frost crystals, it skips the charge time entirely. This is important to remember. The more crystals you hold, the faster and harder this skill hits. Maelstrom, a water vortex that shreds enemies and restores ice energy with every hit. In ultra cold mode, it explodes at the end for huge damage. Use it to refill resources while dealing steady AoE. Tide Pool, another vortex, but this one channels for 5 seconds. You can't move while using it, so try to line it up with an ally's AoE. An important note, and same with Maelstrom, with Tide Pool, you're going to want to try to pair it with Ultra Cold, which will make it hit for more damage. Permafrost, same as Icicle, your haste plus energy buff. Use it smartly to avoid overcapping. Now, here are some rotation tips for Frostbeam. Build up frost crystals first. Then, fire off Frozen Gale for instant max tier hits. Use Maelstrom to sustain energy and keep pressure on packs of enemies, and save Tide Pool for when your team locks down enemies that may be stunned or rooted. This spec shines in drawn-out fights where you can set up and keep your rotation rolling. And lastly, here are my final thoughts. Frost Mage is one of the strongest AoE DPS classes in Star Resonance, and it's a fairly easy class to master. If you want fast, mobile burst damage, Icicle is your pick. If you prefer sustained DPS with some extra crowd control, Frostbeam will feel better. While it might not seem like the easiest class to master, I promise once you get used to managing your crystals, energy, and cast times, you'll be able to freeze entire battlefields. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a safe, magical, wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye!